What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to My Social Life. This is the podcast where we teach you how to grow on social media by talking to people that have actually done it. Today, I'm joined by Joey Kidney. Joey's a YouTuber with over 712,000 subscribers. He's also on Twitter. He has over 71,000 followers on Twitter and over 115,000 followers on Instagram. Joey, welcome to the podcast.
Hello. I like your podcast voice.
Yeah?
Everyone has one, and mine, it's this. And everyone, they just go an octave higher, and It's so much fun. Oh, hello. I see your first thing that you have written down is terrifying.
GIF Boom.
Yeah.
Is where I want to start the conversation.
I'm glad you said GIF Boom.
Why is it?
A lot of people say GIF.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm a GIF.
Okay, good. It's a hard G. It's not a J.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, no, that's a terrifying time for me. But hello. I'm happy to be here. This is 21?
Episode number 21.
Sick. It's my favorite number.
Really?
Kind of. I had to choose a favorite number when I was growing up because I played a lot of hockey, and I literally just chose 21.
That's
hilarious. So it means a lot, I think.
That's awesome. So GIF Boom.
Yeah.
That's kind of where you got your start in social media.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I couldn't find anything about GIF Boom. I look, not even just you specifically, the app in general.
Does it not exist anymore?
No, it's gone. Their last tweet was 2014 saying we're experiencing technical difficulties, and that's it. And there's nothing. I type in GIF Boom and it's taking me to Giphy and just explosion GIFs. There's nothing.
I think when I was 16 is when I started on there. I posted my first GIF, and then that kind of I was on the top 10 for GIF boomers is what we called ourselves, and then I kind of just transitioned over to Instagram and Twitter, and I brought the following over there. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that was a good idea, anything like that. And then I started the YouTube channel, all that stuff. And then I think I just stopped posting. And then after, I think when I turned, honestly, it was probably just 2 years, it just deleted and it got rid of it. I became an ambassador of the app. I own part of the app, everything, and then
you own part of it.
Yeah,
wow.
Because they gave all the top all the top 10 creators. They gave loyalty, everything, and it was awesome. Except then it died.
Yeah. So how did it work? Was it literally just musically without the sound? I've been trying to picture what it would look like.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's literally some people did some really, really cool tricks. Some people just looked at the camera and smiled. Some people did some funny stuff. And it was kind of you have 6 seconds. It's kind of like a Vine. Mm-hmm. It loops, yeah. So it's like a Vine and just no sound.
Interesting.
And it's just a GIF.
I'd never even heard of it until I was listening to early episodes of your podcast and you referenced it.
Yeah.
Briefly at one point. But
I shouldn't have done that.
That's the only reason I knew about it.
It's super cringy. People have those cringy videos on first on YouTube and everything. I didn't have that because I just didn't really go through that phase because I was not a big YouTuber, and that GIF Boom stage was that, and I'm glad you can't find him.
So what did you have to do as an ambassador of the app and stuff like that?
Just post. It was just a title. It meant nothing.
Oh, really?
It was just to be called an ambassador, and then so that you would kind of use the app more, and then you would talk about it better. Stuff like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And then I think it was from GIF Boom. You said, I'm referencing the same episode of the podcast. You went to Twitter next.
Yeah.
So why was Twitter the
You know too much. You know too much. I think Twitter was just popping at that time. I think it's because especially going through at that time you're going through puberty, so I don't know, all those moody tweets. Facebook was before Twitter. Mm-hmm. That's when that kind of blew up and everybody was on Facebook, and then Twitter was next, and then I think that's when that started going off. So I just gravitated towards Twitter because everyone was talking about it, and then the next thing was Instagram, and it just kind of it was just a roll. It was just, I don't know how everybody else was doing it.
Yeah,
because I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea. I still don't.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's because you had no idea. Did you have a content plan or anything for Twitter or GIF Boom or anything? Or were you just kind of posting what you wanted to post?
You kind of just post whatever, and then you see how people are reacting to it. And then once you kind of see that what gets likes, what gets comments, you kind of just keep going with that, not knowing that that's going to make your own niche, make your own genre that you kind of have to stick to, which destroyed me. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Twitter, you just kind of post whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just, whatever's on your mind.
Yeah.
That's what their thing is when you're tweeting. It's just what's on your mind.
Yeah, true.
So
that's fair.
Yeah.
So how many followers did you have on GIF Boom before you kind of transitioned everyone over to the other social networks, if you can remember?
It was over 100,000.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so there was a lot of users on the app. Like, I don't know if you know these YouTubers, Acacia Brindley. Do you know Madison Beer, the singer?
Yes.
She was on it.
Okay.
There was a lot of like bigger names. I mean, I guess you don't know, but at the time there was bigger names, and there was another Joey too.
Okay.
It's Whoa Joe. It's something I don't know. I didn't like his name. I didn't like his username. But we were competing for the top Joey all the time. But yeah, and then it was so stupid. It was literally like high school. Like there was cliques. Like
Really?
we wouldn't talk to certain people. Obviously, I felt really bad. I'm really, really bad with guilt, so I would. But like we had group. I think on Kick. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We had group chats on Kick, and it was only like the top 10 creators because we thought we were so freaking cool. Wow. I don't remember things well. This is crazy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I've never thought about this. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
But then so you still use Twitter today, but like Twitter, I don't want to say it's declining because like
dead.
but I still love Twitter. Like, so why are you still on Twitter?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It is a great way to kind of get an easy message out. YouTube is a way where you can kind of like structure it in a video. Twitter's just a way where you can just vocalize whatever your opinion is. You just have to you have to watch what you say. Like there's different types of Twitter. Like there's so many different types, and you really have to watch whatever you say because if you post a picture, you're gonna get made fun of. Like that's just how it is. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
When you get on a certain part of Twitter, it's so scary. I stay away from a lot of Twitter. So I kind of like stay with the classic like cutesy white boy. That's what I try to stick with. But yeah. Recently I posted a picture with the deer. Did you see that?
I think I saw it.
Do you know Brother Nature?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he quoted it and was like something about Canela.
Saw that.
And I didn't think twice about posting this picture with this deer or doe, and then he just quoted it and it got like 400,000 likes, and that was like my third viral thing on Twitter.
Wow. Do you remember what were the other two?
Something about Logan Paul. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
So I kind of want to talk about YouTube because obviously that's your biggest platform with over 700,000. Before we kind of jump into like starting on YouTube and everything, like I kind of want to talk about your content.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your content? Because I heard you describe it before as not happy, not sad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I probably said that. A lot of people look at my content and see it as like this depressed teen when really I'm not. I'm a really, really happy dude. Like if anyone's met me, they'll know I'm like this super happy dude. But a lot of people are like scared to talk to me because they think like, oh, they're going to break me. I just really enjoy talking about stuff that people are kind of scared to talk about. And like, it's hard to explain what content is, but I would describe it more as like self-help. And self-love, and I'm really just diving into like that side of things. And I wouldn't call it all mental health because I'm a mental health advocate, but I'm not licensed. I'm not a therapist, and all that. I talk about myself, and I talk about my own experiences, and then I relate them to other people's. So I would say just self-help.
Yeah,
just having fun. Yeah.
That's kind of the word I used when I was just trying to quantify it into like one term.
Yeah, but not happy, not sad, not yeah. That's probably it. It's a mixture of emotions.
Yeah. So sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, that's all I got.
I was gonna say, where did it kind of come within you to be like open and vulnerable online? Like a lot of people, that's a hard thing to do.
Dude, I didn't even think twice.
Really?
Like posting my first video that kind of went viral for me being me was I filmed my anxiety attacks for a week, and I uploaded the video December 12th, and then I waited a month until January 12th to make it public. So I took a month of like not even thinking. I was just like, is now the time? Like it wasn't like, oh, should I post this? Should I not? Like I didn't really think like that because I knew that being vulnerable, like when somebody's open with me, I feel 10 times closer with them. And I thought it was easy. It's so much easier for me to post content to the world than even just talk to my parents, which is wild. And I talked with my friend Elle Mills about that because she recently came out too. Or not too, I didn't come out, but like she opened up about her mental health and she also came out, and that's like a huge thing. And I was like, was it easier to do with your parents or with social media? And she's like, social media 100%. Because that there's so many people out there. You're talking to you're talking to your parents, you're talking to two people. But if you talk to the internet, you're talking to like millions of people, and especially putting it on YouTube, like it's already been talked about. Like mental health has already been talked about. Our anxiety is such a big thing, so it's obviously going to be accepted. So I wasn't really too scared to be vulnerable. I don't even think twice about it.
Yeah,
just do it.
That's fair. And then your tagline is stay you, stay beautiful. Mm-hmm. Where did that come from? Because you've been saying it since the beginning. Because like I went back and watched some like 5-year-old videos. And you were saying it back then. Yeah,
it's crazy. We recently have been getting in like a little bit of a lawsuit, not like because somebody's starting to use my slogans.
Oh no way.
And I was like, when did I start saying this? Because that's like a huge thing, and like the trademark and everything. But I started saying it like 5 years ago, and I didn't think about that. I just say it. And I remember I was watching like this video. I forget who it was. I think it was in O2L, Our Second Life, which was a collab group on YouTube, who like made vlogging like a thing, like sitting in your room and talking like that. Yeah, they killed it. And they said like stay beautiful. They didn't say stay you. They said stay beautiful, and if you're not beautiful, get beautiful. And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
And then I really, really didn't like that. And I've always heard people just like when they're giving like advice, being like, just be yourself, be you. And I was like, I don't like. It sounds cool, but like, what is gonna hit it off with me? And then I thought of stay you, stay beautiful, and then that kind of just like stayed. Mm-hmm. And then and now it's just stay you. The company's just stay you. Because I started the brand off. Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's wild. Yeah, no, it's literally a dream come true. I never thought like 5 years ago, I'm sitting in my room filming on my iPod 5. Like I'm saying, stay you, stay beautiful. And everyone thinks that there's only like teen girls watching when really there's like everyone who thought that would be what it is now, right? Mm-hmm. That's, yeah.
And you talked about starting filming on an iPod.
Yeah.
So I was like, did you just kind of put it up in a window or something and talk to her? Like, how did that?
I remember asking for a iPhone, I guess it was iPhone 6 at the time, or iPhone 5 probably. Mm-hmm. And my parents couldn't afford it. So I grew up with a family that had like the below average income. And so like they always like push to, get the presents so we can feel happy and everything like that. And they couldn't afford the iPhone or whatever it was. And so they got me the iPod 5. And I remember kind of being a little disappointed, but I was still super stoked. And I kind of just like set the iPod on my windowsill, and it was not even like level. It was filming like upwards, and like I was standing over it. Like it was horrible, but it just started. And like that's like when people are like, how do I start? How do I start? And I was like, do you think I knew how to start? Like, do you really think that I, like, at 12 or whatever, no, I wasn't 12, at 16 years old, do you really think I sat there and be like, okay, I'm going to make this, like, business plan that in, like, 5 years I'm going to be a successful YouTuber or whatever? I didn't know. I literally set it on my windowsill and I just started recording. So if you have an interest in something, just do it, right?
Yeah. And so when did things start to grow for you? Because I went and looked back, and, like, your first video, unless you've removed some previous ones, has, like, over 30,000 views, I'm pretty sure.
I did remove my first like 5 videos. My parents weren't comfortable with them. My first ever video, do you remember people when it was like, I guess when we were like 16 years old, they would hold up like cards with their name on it. It's like, hi, I'm this person. And then they put it down, I'm 16 years old, put it down, and I have depression. Yeah. And like the card videos, I hated those. I really, really didn't like them. And I remember talking to my friend about it, and I was like, I told them I hated it. And they're like, I made one. And I felt horrible. But I didn't feel horrible because like of my opinion, because it's still, I think it's valid that I didn't like them. Because I felt like you needed to be like vocal. I think you actually need to like say it. I mean, I think I didn't not like them for other people. I didn't like them for myself. So I made a video, and am I allowed to swear on this?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I made a video, and the line is, hi, I'm Joey, and I'm just as fucked up as you are. And that was my first video, and it was kind of talking about my depression and my anxiety and everything like that, which I really didn't even know what it was at the time. And that was my parents did not like that. Mm-hmm. They did not like that at all. They thought it was like way too vulnerable. So ever since the beginning, I've been open online. Like I've been very open about how I'm feeling. It was just never a problem, because like a lot of the times people don't understand that like when we relate, like when you truly connect with like a friend or a loved one or anything, it's usually through pain. If you can understand each other's pain, then you will really connect. So kind of just uploading topics about sadness or pain was something that connected with a lot of people.
Yeah. And then did those videos get any traction, or when did you really start to notice people watching all your videos?
Oh, right. So those videos, the first day I posted my, it was like Introduction Joey Kidney or whatever. That video got like 2,000 views in my school. Like my school had 2,000 people, and it got 2,000 views. And that scared me. It's terrifying. And my bully, like at the time, or my bully, like we're in Canada. I don't know. I didn't have many like bullying situations, but I had a few. Somebody who didn't treat me very nicely was my first view, my first like, and my first comment on the video. And he loved it. And he was just like, this is, like, I deal with a lot of this stuff. And I was like, that makes so much sense. And then that was the moment when I started like, you know, putting two together to kind of like solve people's problems and give advice and stuff like that. And then, so in school, can I just go off on a tangent?
100%.
Okay. So in school, a lot of the times people come to me for advice, and I was like, I don't know why. People say like, oh, you have like a humbling face. I'm like, what does that even mean? And then I was like, I don't think I'm giving the best advice, but I think people were just trusting me because I was vulnerable, because I was open, because I was honest. And then I started posting these videos about my struggles and about everything like that and how to deal with it and all that stuff. And I got called into the guidance counselor's office. Now, before in like grade 5, I had ADHD, and nobody knew what ADHD was. I had all this stuff. And I would always, like, if a teacher asked me a question, I'd have to get up and like walk around and answer it. And then I got in trouble, and I had to go to the principal's office all the time. In grade 5, I had 22 days of recess in the whole year. Like, I was a horrible kid, and I wasn't doing anything wrong. I didn't do drugs. I didn't beat people up. I was literally just doing me. And they didn't like that. So I was so scared to go to the principal's office. Like, after that, I was like the quietest kid. I am the shyest kid, which doesn't seem like it, but I'm so shy. And then in high school, I was terrified to be called to the office. Like, it was, oh my God, I was so scared. And they called me in, and they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm so sorry. I promise I won't do it. And they were just like, people are coming in here and saying that you're helping them and you're giving advice, and they keep saying your name. And I was like, am I in trouble? Like, I don't know what's happening. And they're like, keep doing it. And that was the first time I was ever like acknowledged by somebody older, a family member, or anyone, like somebody who's an adult who has kids, that was just like, keep doing this. And then that really kind of started things. And then that's when I kept uploading. And then I uploaded this one video that changed the whole YouTube channel, which I kind of hate, but you know, it is what it is, and you can't really complain. It was like 10 things guys love about girls. But in it, a lot of people like look at titles of videos and think that I'm just talking about like what I like about girls, but there's always like a mental health side to all of my videos. There's always like a deeper meaning. The titles are literally just to get views, but at the time I didn't know. I just knew that everybody was making that video, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna hop on a trend, like why not? And then that got 1 million views, and then I hit 100,000, and then that's when it all started. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that one video.
And was all that still in high school?
That was all still in high school. And then I remember, or no, I didn't hit 100,000 in high school. I hit like 20,000, and then I remember going to college. My first year in college, I had 35,000.
Okay. So you weren't...
Holy crap. Whoa. That's wild. I don't think about this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think twice about this. In college, my first year of college, that was, I don't even know, 4 years ago, I had 35,000. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you think about it, like, because that means like probably your first 2 years, it took you to get 35,000, and like your next 2.5.
I remember in 1 month I gained 130,000 subscribers when I was in London. Yeah.
Wow.
I made a video, why guys judge girls with makeup, and that video blew up. Mm-hmm. And then that's what brought in a lot of people, because that video title makes you hate me, mm-hmm. and then what I said in the video makes you kind of love me. And I don't want to say what I said in the video because I don't remember it, and I feel like I'm going to say it totally different right now. But I remember being very, very proud of that, because I was so mad. Usually when I film a video, I'm very mad about a subject and like what people are talking about or what people are saying about it. And I'm just like, you guys are so, and then I make the video and then I send it to a bunch of people being like, is this okay? Is this okay to say? Does this hurt anyone's feelings? Because I'm as much as like I love controversy, I'm also terrified of it. I don't like being in the spotlight. I'm super shy still. But I just don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I want to get my message out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that video kind of just went up there. Yeah.
So what goes into like the production of a video from that point where you're angry about a subject all the way to making the thumbnail to hitting upload, even like the first little while after? What's involved in that entire process for you?
I think I'm like the worst YouTuber ever. Like I genuinely do. Like I don't think about anything. Like I have a video that I'm shooting today, and usually when it's a branded video, I'll plan it out a little bit more because I try to fit it in like the best way possible. And so one, I'm interested in, two, my viewers are interested in everything like that. Dude, I literally I don't script out my videos. I sit down and I talk. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And if I have an idea for like a second shot or just like going off on a tangent, I just do it. Like everything's like I sit down. If I have a video title and a thumbnail in mind, my video's gold. Like I just go. But when I don't, the video's trash. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know why. Like for some reason, titles that get me kind of like angsty and mad, I love. Like I love those titles. Yeah. Just because I don't know, it catches my eye, and then I want to know why. I want to hear somebody explain. I want to hear somebody like what's their side of things, and so that's that's literally the process. Yeah. Because I think of a thumbnail, I think of a title. Well, I think of my subject, and then I put a thumbnail with it. I'm like, okay, how do I picture it? So a lot of people when they talk about just any emotion or anything, I think video. A lot of people think music. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So I think video right away. So if we're talking about, I don't know, falling in love on a bus, like you meet your first person, I'm going to think like, okay, what's the thumbnail for that? And then once I have that, then I'm like, okay, what's the title for that? And then boom, then I just go. Mm-hmm. So those are like, I guess that's my process. I don't really know it. I just do it. I just do it. And I don't know. Some people have their ways of doing things, but I think you just have to be like totally inspired and like really just want to do something. Yeah. Right? And then that's why, like, when I get mad, that really fuels me. We're not mad, more frustrated. Mm-hmm. I don't really get mad. Canadian.
And then the one video that I really wanted to talk about, you'd mentioned it already, was the filming your anxiety attacks for a week. Yeah. And you recently did a second one as well. Mm. So why did you decide to do that?
The second one or the first one? I was having, at the time, that was 1 year ago. At the time I filmed that, my best friend at the time, he lost his job and he got kicked out of his apartment and he had nowhere to go. And I offered up my place. And I was also struggling with YouTube a lot then. I was struggling with my job. I was struggling with, I recently went through a breakup at that time. There was a lot of stuff that I was dealing with, and I let him move in with me. And I live in a pretty big studio apartment, but I mean, it's still a studio, so it's only one room. And he was crashing on my couch, and then it kind of just like everything kind of came together, and I felt like I felt like I was going to explode, and I've never felt them like that before. And for some reason, just grabbing my phone and filming something and verbally, just like that video I made 5 years ago of me saying that I'm just fucked up as everybody else, grabbing that camera and just saying something helped me out so much. Recording those was the best thing. Like my most recent one, like I got stood up. Literally when I was walking home, I was like, I need to talk to somebody right now. I called all these people, no one answered. And so I just like pulled up my camera on my phone and I just recorded. And it was so helpful just to like kind of like just scream and let it out, right? And I think I don't know, a lot of people don't really understand anxiety attacks, but sometimes it's just your body screaming and you just gotta let it. So yeah.
So what was the reaction like when you put it out?
And I mean, I knew it wasn't gonna be negative. Mm-hmm. I knew right away when I made that video, when I had the title in mind. I had a few, but like I filmed my anxiety attacks for a week, and I've never made a title like that before. And that sounds so dumb to people who don't understand YouTube or aren't a YouTuber, but changing up your title and your thumbnail and the style of video you do is terrifying. And that was the first time I've ever done a video that's that long, that's that style, that's the cuts and everything like that. And that was the most vulnerable I've ever been. And I didn't care how many views it get. I didn't care that, I think it's at 2.9 million right now, which is insane to me. It honestly gets me so scared because 2.9 people watched me like break down, which is terrifying. But what was the question?
Just what the reaction was like.
Oh, yeah. It's still every single day somebody, I'd probably say like close to 100 people comment on that video every single day. Or I get a DM every single day about somebody saying that video helped them a lot. Mm-hmm. And that's really the only reaction. At first, the first people who watched the video didn't really understand it. It wasn't reaching the right people. In like the first like week or so, people were like, oh my God, I have anxiety. Like I watched this and I found I had it. And I'm like, no, honey, no, don't put that on me. And that's what I couldn't handle. I couldn't handle people being like self-diagnosing themselves off the video. And so I didn't look at the comments. Like my most recent one, I read them like 2 days ago, but like now I won't look at them for a while because I think the video is going to gain some traction, or hopefully, because I think more people should see that one. But yeah, I don't read the comments on those, just because like it's really, really hard reading everyone's story on it, because like as hard as it was to get mine out there, reading somebody else's and putting that on myself was like very difficult.
Oh, 100%.
It's, yeah. Some people write freaking novels too.
Oh yeah.
There's comments, like most of the comments on the video, you have to click like the read more tab to open it up, and then there's like 4 more paragraphs. You're like, oh my God. Yeah. So I just kind of skim through them. Like I read a lot of them, but a lot of them I have to stop myself.
Yeah, well, it'd be tough, right? Because especially like it's tough reading one person's story, but when you have like hundreds, thousands of people's stories, like it obviously becomes a lot.
Yeah, I think there's like 15,000 comments on that video, which is insane. I'm very grateful. Like I'm so thankful. That video changed everything for me, because I was very lost. Like I was making videos about relationships, and I love. Like I think that's like the reason why we breathe and why we're here and everything like that. Don't get me wrong. I love making videos about it, but especially when you go through a breakup and everything like that, like you don't really want to make videos about that. And I don't really want to make videos about like girls I like anymore and stuff like that, because like I've done it. And so I was really just losing myself. And then I made this video, and you know, when one door closes, another one really does open, and you don't even notice it half the time. I didn't know that this was going to do well. I wasn't going to upload it. Mm-hmm. And then I talked to like one of my managers at the time, and she was like, do it. And I was like, all right, did it. Yeah. I just needed somebody to just make me do it. And it was like, literally, she was just like, I think you should do it. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. And I did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really opened up so many doors. And that's why I'm doing half the stuff I'm doing now. And that's why I have like the shows I have now. That's why I have the podcast. That's why I have everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, we will get into everything at some point. But I want to talk about, because that video had 2.9 million views.
Yeah.
But like your videos, like I was looking back and like consistently, like it's not like your trajectory kind of went like this almost. Like you have spikes.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like you don't have any old videos where it's like you weren't getting views. Like I look now, like you might have a video back 5 years ago with 40,000 views, and today you're getting 40,000 views.
Yeah.
Where do you think like the difference is between a video that'll get like your 2.9 or even like 100,000 compared to your 40,000?
So it took me I struggled with this for a while, and like that's why a lot of YouTubers like have mental breakdowns, is because they're obviously not getting views and stuff. And it took me a very long time to be okay with that, because I realized that my viewers are growing up with me. Like they're learning from me, which is insane. So when they were younger, they were watching videos about what I liked in girls and how to, you know, handle a guy not liking you, how to handle relationships. Because at that time, that was the biggest thing to them. Going through puberty was a huge thing. And me talking about it was great for them. But then after they kind of made it out of that stage, they went off to college, they went off to learn, they didn't have time for YouTube or these videos. Now they're coming back. And now they're watching more stuff about anxiety, because now they're finding themselves lost and they need more help and they need more guidance, and I'm there. So like people, like that's why the videos are getting the same amount of views, is because people are watching it when they're younger, then they're leaving, and then they're coming back. And it's a constant cycle of people doing that, of people needing that friend. I'm not somebody's like man crush Monday. And I don't care. And that's fine with me. I was before, and now I'm totally okay with that. I'm somebody's best friend now. And I've never wanted to. I've never wanted to be famous. I hate that word. I hate when people call me that, or I hate when people call me like. I don't even like being called a YouTuber. Like I don't like. I'm very thankful to be on the platform. I love it. It's amazing. It made my life what it is. But I'm just a human, and I'm just somebody's best. Like I want to be everyone's best friend. Like when I think of my friends, my guy friends, I think about being their best man at their wedding. Like that's my goal. Mm-hmm. Like that's it. I don't care about anything else. And so that's why I make the videos. Like I make the videos for like myself when I was 16 years old in my room and not even know. Like I thought it was so lost. I was so depressed. I was like running away from home, everything, and I needed like the video that I make today. So like now I'll watch that, and I think that's why people keep coming back. And to make those, I know how to make a viral video now. It took me a while to understand, but I know how to make it. So I don't want to make one all the time. I like having a small audience. I like talking to so many people in a room. Like when I do shows, I cap it. I cap my shows. Not saying I'm going to sell like thousands of tickets, but I don't want to talk to hundreds and hundreds of people. I don't want to meet hundreds and hundreds of people, especially talking about this topic. Like I want to meet everyone, obviously, but emotionally I will drain myself if I meet 500 people at once, right? Yeah. But yeah, the difference is I don't want millions and millions of views on my videos. Look at these YouTubers that are getting millions and millions of views. They're so sad. They're so depressed because I think, which is not your question, but
that's okay.
It's a super big topic for me. All my rich friends are depressed. All of them. And the reason why is because they have nothing to work for anymore. And when you have time, you give yourself time to overthink, and that's when you put yourself in a really hard place. So time, when we have none of it, we're happy, which is crazy, right? Mm-hmm. When I wake up and I have a busy day and I get home and I fall asleep, I'm pretty happy because I know I fulfilled my day. When I wake up and I've never had this, but if I woke up and I had $1 million in the bank and I didn't have to do anything, why would I? Mm-hmm. Right? So there's no reason to do anything. I have it all. I'm done. So these kids that are getting millions of dollars at like 16 years old, or the number one YouTuber who's 8 years old, who reviews freaking toys, his life is gone. He's not going to be a happy kid. And the only thing that's going to happen probably is he's going to go downhill, which is sad because he reviews toys. He can't do that when he's going to be 20. No one's going to care because they watch him because he's a little kid, right? Yeah. Which is super sad. So I like being this small YouTuber. I like talking to smaller people. I like connecting with people. And I think it's super intimidating if, you're talking to some, like people, when if Justin Bieber came in here, we'd be like, holy shit. One, you're freaking gorgeous, and two, why? Oh my God, you're Justin Bieber. Like that's insane. And when someone's famous when you have to say their full name. True. Right? Nobody just said, if I just said, I'm describing somebody, but like you say, and this is Justin Bieber. I would just say, and this is my friend Justin. You know what I mean? Like when you say a full name, that's when you know you're famous and you got to watch out.
I've never thought of that. That's so true.
Yeah, I think about that a lot.
But then unless you hit like a level of fame above that, then you're just down to one name, like a Beyonce.
Okay, fair.
But I'm just,
she only has, what's her last name? Knowles? Yeah. Beyonce Knowles? Okay, yeah.
But no, I never thought of that before. That's very true.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like, I sat back and I watched all my friends in LA, and they're just not good people anymore. Like I watch people go to Los Angeles, which is like the heart of like broken dreams and everything. And because they're all fighting for the same thing and they're all backstabbing each other. And I'm like, everyone's like, are you going to move to LA? I'm like, hell no.
I was going to ask that.
I will never move there unless I'm going for a role or doing work. I will never, ever move there. It's not even a nice place to live. Like California, beautiful. LA, disgusting.
Really?
Oh my God. It's so gross. It's so gross. Mm-hmm. The best parts of LA are not in LA. They're just, there's no, it's no. It's over. Oh, never mind. I don't want to get too much into that.
No, that's all good, man.
But yeah.
But I did want to talk. You said you know how to make a viral video. Mm-hmm. You don't have to give out your secrets if you don't want to. But like, what are some things that go into making a viral video?
Oh my God. What am I literally have 3 words for this. I'm blanking. vulnerability, authenticity. I forget the last one.
That's okay.
But those are my two. That's all I'm going to give you. 2 of the 3. But I think like being vulnerable is super important, I think. Because obviously you can be a comic and you could just be funny, but your jokes aren't funny unless they're relatable. And the only way to be relatable is to open up. I personally think. Like, I think the funniest jokes and the funniest comedians are a lot of comedians make jokes about sex because a lot of us are uncomfortable with that topic. And we're not very open to it. Like, no one just discusses it in public. But so when a comedian makes a joke about that, we're like, okay, everyone's laughing. Oh shit, that's actually really funny. And then we open up and then we laugh, and then the whole entire show we're open. So if you make a video like that, where right off the bat you're like, boom, this is what we're talking about today. If your audience relates to that, you have them. If it's a really, really good topic, you have them the entire video. Like, it's just like, you have to think, when you meet somebody, you judge somebody in 3 seconds. You give yourself 3 seconds whether or not you're going to like them, whether or not you're going to talk to them for longer, or anything. Whether or not you're attracted to them. You have 3 seconds. You do the up, down, and you're done. It's the same with the video. Like, that's why thumbnails and titles are so important. And we don't think about that. But when I did the reason why I filmed my anxiety attacks for a week, and I did it in all lowercase, because that is a video that was so personal. I'm not going to capitalize all those words because that's punching you in the face. I wanted it to kind of look like a text message, being like, hey, I did this, give it a watch. Like, that's it. Like, and in that tone too, of voice and everything. Because like there's other stuff. Like, if you're making comedy videos, like, usually you want to use all caps in your titles because it's high energy. But like, I wouldn't do that for this video because it's super vulnerable and super like laid back and quiet, and like, people, when they read the title, they don't want it screaming at them. They don't want it hard to read. They want it easy to read. And that's how people text. People don't text in caps. People don't text with proper grammar. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
And then you talked about your fans.
Yeah.
So I think I heard you say at one point, not in this conversation, but that it's predominantly female.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Just with the type of content you're producing, or?
Females are more open to their feelings, I think. I don't make videos for girls. I make videos for that 16-year-old boy, me, that was sitting in my room that didn't know what the hell to do. I make it for that kid. And like, I want, like, people think YouTube's kind of stupid still. Like, parents are still like, why do you do this? But then I think, like, these are like, have you ever watched the show How I Met Your Mother?
Oh, yeah.
Great show.
Yes.
Great show. My YouTube channel is that for my kids. I want my kids to sit down and be like, if I have a little girl, I want her to know that it's okay that not every guy likes her, or not every girl likes her, whatever she wants. I want her to think that. And if I have a little boy, I want him to know that, like, dude, it's all right to feel things. Like, I want them to watch my videos, and that's why I make them. But my audience is slowly getting more and more male, which is crazy. This month, I had I think it was like 60% males watching my videos, which is crazy because it changes kind of with the videos I upload and stuff like that. But yeah, Instagram's getting, like, males are slowly coming in.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So when was the first time that someone recognized you because of...
Like, in public?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I remember I was at a food court. I think I was at Bayshore in a food court with my mom. And this girl came up to me and she goes, "Are you Joey Kidney?" And I was like, "No." And I was like, "No." And my mom was like, "Mm." And I was like, yes, that's me. Hi. And like, I was bright red, like immediately embarrassed. Like, I was so scared, so shy. And my mom was like, did it all for me. She's like, "Do you want to take a picture? Do you want him to sign something?" I was like, "Mom, stop." Like, this is okay. And that was the first thing. And I was terrified. But it was such a good feeling. Because, like, after that, each one, I'm, like, a little bit more scared. Or no, I'm a little less scared. But each one, like, people don't understand when you go up to somebody who makes YouTube videos or anything. It's, like, the best feeling. But also, like I know when somebody's looking at me. I know when somebody wants to come talk to me or come say hi. And it's so nerve-wracking for me. Like, I'm looking at them. I'm watching them just be like, I don't know if I want to go say hi. Like, I don't know. And then they're like, they're so scared. But I'm like, all right, now you're making me nervous and now I'm scared. And so like, I'll walk in the mall and I'll watch people follow me. And I'm just like, please stop, please just come say hi. But I can't turn around and say hi because like, what if they're not following me?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm that ass. It's just like, oh, you don't know me? Like, what the heck? But yeah, that was my first time. But it's a lot easier. A lot easier now, and it's such a good feeling, man. Mm-hmm. It's so nice to hear that there's a face with a username. Like all my content is so personal that just usernames don't do it justice. Like I don't care. Like I love comments because it kind of like puts words beside a name. I don't care about likes. I don't care about views. I don't care about all that stuff. Like, I mean, I used to, but now I'm just like, I want to know who's watching. Like, I want to know if I'm impacting someone's life. So when somebody comes up to me in person, best feeling. Like, imagine if somebody came up to you and was like, dude, you do great work. Mm-hmm. Love the podcast. Like that. Oh my God, that would just fuel you. Mm-hmm. And so every single time, I don't think there's the time now when I go out and somebody won't come up to me, which is so nice because it honestly keeps me going. And then when I do my little shows, that's like really nice. Yeah. It's such a good feeling. Yeah. I'm exhausted, but it's such a good feeling.
Yeah. But to your point, like no one's ever come up to me, but I got my first email on the weekend inviting me to an event for being an influencer. Yeah. And just that fired me up. I was like, someone's noticed. Hell yeah. Like, that's crazy. But it's like,
welcome, man. Welcome to life.
I know a very, very small scale of what you're talking about, but I kind of get it.
Oh, dude. Sometimes I get emails I get too many emails every day, and it's just like everyone's saying like, I am so thankful for your videos, and like that is something so small. It's an email, and that's what keeps me going. Mm-hmm. Like it's those DMs, it's everything. And so I get it totally. Like that's still, and I don't think people understand that. Like that's still, I get surprised every single time somebody comes up to me. Mm-hmm. You said like 700 and something. I don't keep track of that. Yeah. I know I have 700,000, but like, I don't remember. I don't think about that when I go out. Like I literally, like if somebody, I do this a lot and my friends are like, they're like, what are you doing? My friends are like, they'll point out when somebody's looking at me. And like, don't do that. Like live our normal lives. Like, let's just talk. And so when somebody comes up to me, somebody came up to us right now, I wouldn't say, oh my God, hi, how are you? What's your name? I'd literally be like, so what podcast do you listen to? Do you think you're going to listen to this? Don't lie to us. Like, do you actually think you're going to listen? Like, I will kind of question them and like get them talking because it's so terrifying for them to come up here. It's so terrifying it's awkward for us to just talk about something. Like, it's so awkward to be like, hi, what's your name? Can I have a picture? I love you. Like, I don't want to do that shit. Like, I actually just want to have a conversation. So bringing somebody in and creating like a conversation that you both are in and know about. So like, obviously if they walk up to us, we're doing a podcast. So let's talk about a podcast. If I'm eating food with my friends and they come up to me, then I'm going to talk about the food I'm eating. Like, I constantly do that just to make it feel like a friend situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's wild feeling. I'm always so surprised. I don't think about it when I walk around.
One question I've wanted to ask, 20 episodes and I haven't been able to ask it yet.
Yes.
Do you have a P.O. box that fans send you stuff to?
I used to.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever gotten in the mail?
Used underwear.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, don't ask how I knew it was used. There was some skid marks and stuff like that, and there was also a note saying that it was used. Then maybe toenail clippings were up there too. Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that, man.
I don't know how it made it through the mail.
That's true.
Yeah.
That
didn't stop me from keeping the P.O. box. The P.O. box just got too expensive to open. And the mail place hated me. And I also had nowhere to put all the packages. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, that was weird.
That's what I was looking for with that question, but still hearing it, it's like, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more stuff too. I just like, those are the ones that like really come to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, when did you make the decision to go like full-time content creator?
When I was in college, I was going...
You're good, sorry.
Okay. When I was in college, I I was going to class, and I had nine classes, which is insane, which was like 27 hours a week of class. Then I was also on tour, so I traveled. Then I made YouTube videos. Then I worked at a grocery store, and then I taught kids how to play hockey. So I was doing all of these things at once, and that's when I was the happiest because I was so freaking busy. And then after tour, honestly, when I finished college, I moved out, I got my car, I literally just woke up one day and I decided I wanted to be an adult. I walked into work and I said, you know what? I'm done. I quit. I didn't clock in half the time when I was working, because I'm not saying that money didn't matter to me, but I literally worked at that grocery store because all my friends worked at that grocery store. And I sometimes I just forgot to clock in. I was having so much fun just being with friends and working, and like it's such an easy job and everything. And then my other job was like teaching kids how to play hockey. I didn't care about getting money. I didn't care about getting paid. I was doing something I loved. And then that's the same thing with YouTube. It's just that also brought an income, which I still to this day don't understand how everything works. But it's so cool. And then I think right when I moved out, I was like, you know, this is it. I literally woke up one day, got my apartment. The next day, got my car, and I became an adult, and I quit everything, and I went full YouTube.
Wow.
And since then, it's been 2 years. It's only been 2 years, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Since I've been, yeah. And then in those 2 years, I've started my show. I've started podcast.
When you say
music.
your show, like, what do you mean?
I have a live show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Stay You, and then whatever city. So like I had a Stay You auto show.
Oh, I thought you meant like a Facebook live show.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
So I had that, and then I started my brand, Stay You, and we started up the store, and then I also started photography, and I just started all these things ever in these past 2 years, and you don't really think about it until you honestly list them out. Like, I don't think I'm successful unless I like give myself like the validation and I write everything out. Like I forget that I went to the MMVAs and walked the red carpet. Like I don't remember that. Like it's such a great thing, and I'm not ungrateful for it, but it's just something that slips your mind every now and then because we focus on like the negatives more than positives, right? So yeah, but 2 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. A lot of people think like once you make YouTube videos, like these YouTubers are so freaking rich. I hate that, dude. So many people expect me to buy their things.
Really?
Yeah. When we go out for like, if I go out for a coffee with people, or if I go out for drinks with somebody, or if I go out on a date, they're just like, they're always so like, you're not gonna, no? All right. Or they think I'm gonna get everything free or anything like that. And I'm just like, do you understand? People really don't understand this. When YouTubers get free stuff, it's not free. Like I spent 5 years. I've probably spent close to like, probably getting up to like $80,000 on equipment, right? And traveling and everything. Probably more than that. Probably $100,000 on just making this my living and making this my job and career. And it took me 5 years to do that. And to get like go to a free like hockey game, or get a facial cleanser from a brand, or a free water bottle when I go somewhere, or a free coffee, like that's 5 years of work put in to get a free coffee. Like people don't understand that. They're just like, oh, you're gonna get it free because you have like 700,000. Like shut up.
Yeah.
5 years of being vulnerable online and judged and hated and everything like that. Damn right I'm gonna get a free coffee. Like and it makes me feel amazing. It's awesome, but I'm like so grateful for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone thinks YouTubers just have loads of money when really like we spend so much money creating the content.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah.
But that kind of leads me into the business side.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to know like numbers or anything, of course, but like streams of revenue. Because I feel like people think it's, oh, you make AdSense money. But that's like, from my understanding, a very small portion, right?
Yeah.
You just listed off like you have merch now, you have your shows, you've got all these things. Like what are kind of like all the different streams? Is that everything you listed for the most part?
So I have the show. The show's like, so I was on tour for 3 years before.
Press Play, right?
Yeah, it was called Press Play, and we went, it was literally 3 years. I thousands of flights. Like it was insane. Every second weekend I was on a flight. So that generated, not necessarily like, I didn't always get paid for the shows because like we were more of a family, and like if we sell a good show, then we get paid. If we don't, then we travel and we build up ourselves, and we helped each other build our followings rather than getting paid for these shows. And you had to sign a contract for that. Like, it wasn't saying that, hey, we're going to take advantage of you and we're just going to use you. But hey, we can help each other grow and we can make some money. If we do well, we'll make some money. If we don't, we don't have any money. And if you want to keep traveling, we work harder. And that's what we did. So that kind of like, that was a thing. And that started my merch going off. That started all my socials kind of growing because I was with other people. So now I think my revenue streams are YouTube, Instagram, and like working with brands is obviously the biggest one. Mm-hmm. There's a lot that goes into it and a lot of stuff. And I work very, very hard when it comes to brands. Like, people don't understand that my best Instagram photos are with brands. Like, I don't even care.
Really?
Oh, 100%. I did this one with Durex, and like, it doesn't even matter. I don't care how much I'm getting paid for it. I'm still going to work as hard as possible because I want the brand to like me. And I think it's so cool to work with brands. I think it's so sick. Like, I never thought I'd be in advertising. Like, that's so cool to me. Like, I grew up a hockey player, and then that dream got crushed. And I was like, what the hell am I going to do? And now I'm working with Durex. Like, that's so sick. Like, as a hockey player, dude.
Yeah.
I was never that douchebag, but they would be proud of me because I'm working with Durex. So I think that was so sick. And I literally I paid $115 for like 5 boxes of bananas, which is like, people don't understand. Like, we spend money on creating content because we want to make the best, which is so silly. But then I laid it in the bathtub and I dumped bananas on me. And then I held the Durex box. And like, everyone talks to me about that photo. And it's not weird anymore because it's an open conversation. But like, so working with brands, YouTube, the podcast makes zero money, which a lot of people don't believe me. There's quite a few listens on it, and people really, really like it. But I don't get paid for it, and I'm okay with that. I love doing podcasts; they're so much fun.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Even though I just literally do them by myself, I talk so much. I'm sorry, but I talk a lot. And then merch is a big one. The shows, music is a new one for me. I'm working on a new song right now. I don't sing, but I write stuff, and I come up with like the whole idea of the song, the message and everything like that. And then a new one's gonna be the book, and then photography is also a different one. So like, I really like. I also have an intern or an assistant, and like, my friends literally are like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Dude, you not understand? I have 7 jobs. I have 7 full-time jobs. People don't get that. Like, in order to make money off music, in order to make money off a podcast, or in order to make money off YouTube, you have to work. Like, it doesn't just come. Like, when I wake up every single morning, I'm unemployed. I have no job unless I make it, right? Unless I make my job, unless I make my videos, make my podcast, make my merch, everything. I have nothing. I make no money. No, money just doesn't come. You have to work for it. And so yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for everyone to make money. People don't understand that. So I just listed off 7 things or whatever it was of ways you can get revenue.
Yeah. I kind of want to unpack some of them. The merch. Mm-hmm. So like, when did you decide to go with merch? Like, how does that work, finding a supplier and everything? Like,
so at first I was with this one company, and they were awful. And I didn't know, because they were just like, they were really taking advantage of like everyone and taking a lot of money. And then I just literally said, screw it. Last year I left them, and then I didn't make merch for like a little while. And this year we make everything ourselves. So my manager's in Arizona, and we found a local Arizonian, I don't know, local person from Arizona, and they make the merch there. So we go out, we find the wholesale hoodies that we really like. So like, sometimes I just wear the blanks of the hoodies.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like the happy hoodie without the.
Yeah, so I have about like 3 different yellow sweaters because I wear them for about a week, and then I decide which one I like the best, which one's the best fit, and which one's like everything. So I test everything out, and then like the happy pin is here, and then there's a stay you pin. Like, I rock everything before it's even released because I want the best product. And a lot of people, especially YouTubers, don't do that, and that's why their shit doesn't sell, because they're not making sure the quality's good, and 2, they don't wear it because they don't like it. And I want to make sure I like it, so I'll rock all my stuff. Like, I'm wearing, like, under this, I'm wearing also the happy shirt. Like, I want to, like, and it's not because I'm like, oh, I only wear my own stuff because it's like the sickest. No, I really just want to, like, if I enjoy wearing it, it's obviously going to sell. And like, I don't care about the money. I care about people rocking my stuff. Like, that's so cool. Like, every time I see a happy hoodie is insane. So we We print it locally in Arizona. Then my manager goes, picks it up. Then his mom is retired, so I pay her to package it.
Oh, cool.
And then we ship them out.
That's awesome.
And so I don't necessarily touch the merch, but my brother and I make the designs for everything, and then we send them off.
That's awesome. So how'd you get a manager and one in Arizona too? I'm always curious as to how people find them.
My manager, I was in a collab channel called One Big Family a little while back with like Jake Paul and like other people, and there was one guy in it, and then like he was awful, like he was a horrible human being, and he asked my manager at the time, not now, he asked at the time for him to manage like our whole group. And then he realized that person was horrible, and he kind of just like had his pick at me. He was like, "I like you, I want to work with you," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he actually managed Press Play, which was the tour. So I was like, "I really want to go on tour. I really, really want to come to the show. I really, really do." And then he was like, "I don't know if you're ready for it yet." And then I was like, "Please, I promise you, I will work hard to get there." And so I worked my ass off to get on that tour. People don't understand that. I worked so hard. I made so many videos to get on that tour. And then I finally did, and he kind of literally he saved my ass. Like I was a kid went through a lot of concussions, had a broken leg, making videos, and he pulled me out of there, and he helped make my career. So a lot of people, he's a great guy, but he's very upfront. If he doesn't like you, he's gonna say it. And a lot of people don't understand how he thinks, but I really do, and we really connect. And it's hard to find somebody who you connect with, and like a lot of people won't understand that him and I, we have like two different, we're best friends. You have to be best friends. But at first, because it's a business, we're very, very good business partners together. And we think very, very alike. So that's why it works. And he understands that gradual growth is so much better than just this popping off, right? Because like you pop off and then you're like, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
You fall right back down. So this gradual growth is what we have right now. And so that's why it works really well. And then when he first found me, he was in Vegas, and then he moved to Arizona. But yeah, so it's kind of creepy though.
Yeah.
Right? It's super, super creepy. Like literally watching a video and be like, I like that kid. And then like this, I think at the time he was like 30 something. And yeah, I got this email and I was like, Mom, help. And she's like still kind of skeptical about him, obviously, but they've met multiple times and like everything like that. And like, he's a great guy. He's awesome.
And so you talked about like collaborating in that group and stuff. Are there any creators you've collaborated with that are like some of your favorites? If you don't want to name drop and pick, I get that, but I was just curious.
My favorites, I don't collab with a lot of people because I don't like how a lot of people just... I just don't like a lot of people's content. Not necessarily like for my own channel. I don't like a lot of people's content. When it's theirs, like I think it's amazing. Like that's great. If you're doing your own thing, that's awesome. My favorite person probably was Kaylin Nicholson. She's in Toronto, and she's honestly the only girl YouTuber I watch, because a lot of girl YouTubers, they make videos about makeup. Or they're just healthcare and like all that kind of stuff, and that's just that's great, that's awesome. But I'm not going to be plucking my eyebrows. Like I'm not going to be. I paint my fingernails. I didn't paint this, but it's just not something I'm super interested in. But she was talking about like just self growth and self help and all that kind of stuff, and I was really, really into it. And I still watch her to this day, and I collabed with her, which was like a dream come true. And she still doesn't understand that, but I was like, I've never been like a fan of YouTubers. When I first started making YouTube videos, I didn't know what YouTube was. I didn't watch it. But yeah, she was like somebody who I was like really, really excited to meet. I didn't think she was going to talk to me.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
She was pretty excited. Yeah, now she's coming to my show in Toronto.
Yeah,
so
that's actually perfect. So I was going to bring up your show now. So where did the Stay You shows kind of come from? Was that when you stopped doing press play, you still kind of wanted to do live shows, or where did that?
When I did press play and I went to Playlist Live, which is another convention, and I went to VidCon and everything, it was great. Press play was the most like what I wanted to do. I wanted to meet people. I want to talk to people. I love TED Talks. But I don't think I could. I don't think I ever have the guts to do one. I don't know. I'm really trying to. I want to work my way up, but I was so scared, and I wanted to create this show that was kind of like press play and kind of like Playlist. I love the meet and greets. I love that, but I hate them at the same time. Like I hate the line of people, of 400 people waiting, and you're spending 5 hours to meet people, pretending like you're not tired. That's bullshit. Like I'm so exhausted talking to so many people. And especially because like I create very vulnerable content, so people come up to me and they cry. Next person comes up to me and they're laughing. Next person comes up to me, they're lost. Next person hug. Next person's like super badass, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do. And so I created my show Stay You, and I wanted to create a comfortable spot for people. And I was like, how do I do this? And to be able to create this show is a dream come true. It's so freaking cool. And especially like I did one in Ottawa, and like we sold out like that, and it was amazing. I never thought I would have people in Ottawa watching me, and to sell out was insane. And the whole room, dude, was filled with yellow because of the happy hoodies. And it was crazy. And so the way the show works is you walk in, and there's different passes. So there's like a VIP, a general admission, and then just like a pop-up pass. And VIPs, you can walk in, and we have pasta together. So the way the show works is because when on my average day, when I'm having a stressed out day, or literally any day, I want to create the most comfortable environment for me. And if people can relate to that, that's freaking amazing. I eat pasta every day. Not gonna lie, I do. I literally do. And I drink a coffee. And I don't even really like coffee. I just love I love going to get a coffee. I love making a coffee. I love the just act of doing it. I think it's so calming for me. So you walk in, you sit down, we all have a pasta dinner together. And I go around to each table and I sit with them. Like, imagine watching, do you have any favorite YouTubers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Gary Vee guy.
Yeah, imagine sitting down with Gary Vee to eat pasta. That'd be so wild and mind-blowing. But at the same time, it's breaking that barrier, because I'm literally talking about, I sat down beside somebody, I was like, finish that. Like, I'm going to be like your mother today. Finish that. I pay a lot of money for that. Finish it. Eat it. Like, it's just like, that went from being like, oh my God, how are you? Like, oh, like, that's not who I am. I don't give a shit about that. Like, I want to create like this best friend. I want to create like I can talk to you however I want to talk to you, which is super cool. And then that kind of like breaks the tension for a lot of people. And then everybody comes, and then all the GAs come and they sit down at the show, and then I put on my talk and like everything, and I interview people, and I have music and everything like that. And I allow people to interrupt me during the show. Not interrupt, but kind of chime in. If they have a question, ask it. I want a conversation. I don't want a speech. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
And then after that, we literally all have coffee and just hang out and do a little meet and greet. If people want photos, we take some photos. You want to buy some merch, buy some merch. That's awesome. It. Like, it's just this comfortable environment. And it blows my mind that I was able to create it and people are coming. My first ever show, there was like, and I didn't want a lot of people because I was so nervous. It was like 40 people. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but there's 40 people and I was sharing my story.
Is that the one here?
No, the one here had like, we had to cap it because we couldn't, there's not many spaces that you can fit.
It was Happy Goat, right?
Yeah, it was at Happy Goat. So I fit 92 people in Happy Goat.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Like, we literally had to cap it. It would have reached like 100 and some. Yeah. And then Toronto right now is sold out, but we switched the venues because we're trying to get it up to like 125 people, which is insane. But also at the same time, I don't want to go over 125 people because it's just not personal. Like, I want people to, I don't care about me necessarily, but like kind of, but I want people to really sit down and feel comfortable where they are in that environment. Like, I don't want them to feel like, oh my God, there's 129 other people here. Like, holy shit, I'm so scared. Like, I just want them to be like, meet everyone. I want people to just feel comfortable in it. And like, if there's like 300 people, I'm not saying I can pull 300, but if there is, that's like not comfortable for anyone. Nobody likes going to class with 300 people.
Yeah.
Right.
So one other thing I want to talk about when it comes to business is your book, because I've seen it talked about and teased and mentioned for a while now. It's like, where are you at with the book, and like, when can we expect it?
Dude, I didn't think there was going to be this much like traction with this book. I had no idea. Like, I started writing this 2016, January 2016.
Okay. Which
is wild. And I took a year break, and then I went through a really tough time. When I started the book, I went through a tough time. Then I took a break, and then I had another rough time, and I went back to it. I don't know why. And then I read it on literally the same, like, it was in January, not on the same day, but like the start of January. I read it and I was like, holy shit. Like this wowed myself. And I was like, what? So I kept writing. And then now I'm done writing. The book cover is being designed. All the art in the book is done. The book cover is pretty much done. I think a little bit more touch-ups, getting the right yellow and everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's being edited right now. And then it's just going off to the publish stage. And I'm terrified. I want to hold it off as long as I possibly can because I'm so scared that it's just... I don't care about the money. I really don't care about money. Like, it's great to have. I need it. We all do. But I don't... That's not the first thing on my mind. Like, I really just want people to like it. I'm not a writer. I write, I talk how I speak, and it's very like choppy. It's very like all over the place. It's very ADHD. And when I write, you're gonna be able to like tell that. There's a bit of poetry. I call them installments, because they're not chapters. I'm not. It's not a novel. I don't even know how many pages it is. I think it's 100, but that's like online or like on like Google Docs or whatever it is. So it could be. I think it's gonna be like 200 and some. But it's very easy read because I suck at reading. Dude, it's awful. I'm trying to read.
Yeah.
It's so awful. I'm trying to read Beautiful Boy right now, and I'm trying to see the movie after. Dude, I'm like 3 chapters in. Yeah. I'm super slow, but the only way I can read is if I read out loud, because that means I have to be paying attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the book is coming. It blows my mind how so many people want it.
Yeah. Are you thinking like fall release or like
Dude,
not even know yet?
Because I'm self-publishing it, and so I've never done this before. Mm-hmm. So people don't understand. I do everything myself and with my manager and my brother, and like I figure everything out by myself. Mm-hmm. So it's all learning. It's a learning curve, and like it's trial and error. I have no idea how to do it. I didn't know how to get my podcast on Spotify. I didn't even know how to, like, it's all research. Like, I didn't know. People just wanted a podcast, so I made one. And I was like, this is so sick. I still don't know all the ins and outs of everything, but I try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really want to touch on all the other platforms. We've talked a lot about YouTube. Mm-hmm. So your Instagram.
Yeah.
I touched 115,000 followers, give or take. Do you have like a strategy when it comes to that? Or are you just posting pictures that you enjoy? Or?
Dude, I'm losing followers on Instagram.
Really?
Every day. Yeah. And the reason why is like, so I was thinking about this today in the shower. I do my best thinking in the shower. It's a little weird, but it happens. I think everybody does. Mm-hmm. And it's either that or running. But today I was in the shower. I was doing some thinking. And last year I was in a relationship with a person that was also a public figure. And we kind of like, I had a lot of followers then, and she had a little bit less than me. And then me kind of like bringing light to her, we kind of like were like the perfect duo, and we brought a lot of attention. And then we ended up breaking up, and a lot of the followers went to her. And like that's how it worked. Mm-hmm. And at first I was freaking out because I knew that was going to happen, because a lot of the times in that situation the followers do gravitate more to the woman. And because I saw it happen, I've seen it happen many times, and I was freaking out. And then I realized like I'm a whole different human. Like I'm a whole different beast. I have so many other things I can do. And so this past year, I've been really working on like getting my followers are dropping off because they don't give a shit about me anymore. I know that sounds so hard. Yeah. Trust me. But new ones are coming in because they do. And they care more about what I'm talking about. New people are coming in. And the right people are coming in now, which I'm so stoked for. But you have to understand there's a little give and take with everything. So like right now I'm losing followers. I'm okay with it. I'm not crying about it. I went down a little bit of likes, but like I think everybody is. And like Instagram's getting rid of the ghost followers and all that crap. I don't care about any of it. I'm pretty happy right now because I've accepted the fact that the right people are watching my stuff and liking my stuff and commenting on my stuff. And I'm pretty stoked about it. But yeah, 115,000. Because I lost like 5,000. I was at 120 and I lost. And like if you watch, like I'll probably go down to 114. And like talking about this is very rare for somebody from social media. They don't like talking about losing followers, but I think it's fascinating. Mm-hmm. I'm not falling off. I'm still gaining, but I'm also losing. And it sounds really negative, but it's a positive thing because I'm getting the right people. Now I'm getting a new fan base, which is I'm super excited for. Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, I love that platform, And I just made a new theme, and like it's all planned out.
It's all yellow, I've noticed.
I changed it, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it's dope now. Now I'm doing more like, I don't know. I've always been super into like Tumblr and like pretty boy photos. So like it's gonna look like that now, which is dope.
That's
and like
sweet.
kind of like stuff like that. And like, so these are like, there'll be like poems from my book, and like I made this video called Boys Don't Cry. And so like it's more personal. Yellow's a great thing. I think it's an awesome thing. I love yellow because as somebody who's color deficient, I can see it really well. It punches you in the face. It's really happy. Love it. But to base a freaking Instagram theme off it is so stupid. Like, it's great. I love it. It's awesome. But we live in the grayest city in the world, and there's no color here.
Yeah.
And to always wear yellow is so exhausting. It was really, really hard to make. I'm not gonna lie to you. And just the new theme is it's just so much nicer.
So you have it all planned out already then?
Yeah. Yesterday I had a photo shoot, and with my assistant, and we literally just shot for Instagram. Yeah, I do it every now and then.
Yeah.
But like that's just so I won't stress about that, because I have a lot of work and a lot of traveling, and I'm moving next month, so I just got to like start worrying about that. So I got a lot of work to do. So having stuff kind of like piled up and getting ready for things is what I need to be doing right now.
Yeah.
Just so I don't stress. So yeah.
That's awesome.
But Instagram's cool.
Yeah. And you have a second Instagram? Just quickly wanted to touch on that.
Dude, I have lots.
Yeah?
Everyone, yeah. How many Instagrams do you have?
I have 3.
Yeah.
One private, one personal, like one public, and then one
Yeah.
podcast. Plus, I manage them for work too, right?
Oh yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah, I have a few. I have some. I can't talk about some of them because I don't want to jinx it. Which is okay. I gotta stop talking because I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I have my Taken by Joey one is something that's like, I don't know. I just have fun with. It's so much fun. It's my photography account, and like. I've always had a passion for photography. Well, not really, but like kind of fell into it when like I didn't have any passions until I kind of like created my own in YouTube and in photography, and I found out I was kind of decent at it when really it's not that hard to do. Nothing's hard if you have an interest. So like that one's pretty fun. And then I have I'm gonna create a new one called like the Stay You, and basically I'm gonna be like posting content that kind of like other influencers are going to be a part of, and basically like asking them certain questions and interviewing them, and just posting like happy quotes from videos, stuff like that. Just like a really happy Instagram for people, and a really, really safe place. And then I also have the Stay You Shop Instagram and a few more, but yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Taken by Joey one was cool because you did a contest with that account. It was you, Will Carey, Curbins, Fitch.
Yeah.
And my goal was to get everyone in that contest on the podcast.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fitch was on it.
Fitch, Curbins, and Will.
Oh, that's awesome. That's dope.
It's done. Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah, they messaged me, and I was like, I've never done a giveaway in my life. All right. It's actually my most liked photo, which is dope. I think partly because I'm in it. It was a sick photo, but yeah, it was really, really cool. And like I think it's really cool to work with like Ottawa creative. Like people are always like so scared to like talk to me or ask me things. I love working with people. And like as long as they don't expect a lot, like as long as they're not like, oh yo, you're gonna put me on like your Instagram story, you're gonna tag me, you're gonna shut up. Like let's just hang out, and like I'll probably do it. Like I don't care if you do it. I actually like prefer not to be on people's Instagram stories because I'm like, I'm shy. Like I really, really am. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was really, really cool to work with some cool people. Yeah. Because I mean, like Fitch, when I first shot with Fitch, which is the architect, he brought his camera, and I was like, no, we're not shooting with that. Shoot with mine. And I handed him my camera, and we shot with mine. Then he went out and bought that camera.
Really?
Yeah. And so I kind of like, because he was just starting out, so I kind of just like, I didn't teach him everything, but I just kind of gave him my insight and everything. And then I think that that's what really got him going into photography. And like at that time, he was obviously interested, and then we did a lot of photo shoots, and then he kind of went off and started shooting other people. And we haven't shot in so long, but yeah. Oh, he's so good, dude.
Yeah.
All this stuff is so clean.
I was so disappointed. I had old mics beforehand.
Yeah.
And his mic misfired, so he sounded super rough and like not him, it was just the mic. And I was like, fuck. I was so excited to record with him, and like didn't work. Like I put it out anyways, but
yeah, he's a dope dude.
Yeah.
He's a little quieter at first, but I think a lot of people are. And then once you get him going, he talks and talks and talks. He's a really, really good guy, and like he's really insightful. He's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you find the time to do everything? You do. I mean, I haven't even touched on. You also have your Spotify. You have Facebook. Like you have everything.
Yeah.
All these Instagram accounts. Where do you find the time?
Dude, a lot of people say there's not enough time in the day. I think there's just the right amount. I really, really do. And I think we like need to take our breaks. I just do it. I don't plan to do stuff. Because if you plan, I find if I schedule stuff out, I'm bound to miss something. So once I'm bound to miss something, then the next thing on the list, I'm super depressed for because I missed the first thing. So I don't plan things. I'm really, really bad. I'm super spontaneous. If I want to make a YouTube video, I'm going to make it. I try to make 2 a week. I probably make 1 a week. But I've been doing that for, holy crap, like 3-4 years straight. I've been making a video a week, which is insane. It's very rare that I miss a week. And then I just like, I like the podcast. For me, I record 20-minute podcasts because I don't have the attention span to listen to longer, so I don't make longer. And Instagram, I'm just like, it's just so natural to me. Like, I'm not like, oh, hold on, let me take a photo of my freaking Starbucks cup. Like, I'm not like that, but like sometimes like my friends are pretty, I don't know, open with me taking some photos and stuff like that. A lot of the times my friends will be like, do you want a picture here? Because they know I need it. They know like having a good group of people around you really helps with like time management and everything. But there's so much time to do everything. And people who say that they don't have enough time is literally just an excuse. Or people that say like, oh, it's not perfect yet. Shut up. That's like Gary Vee says this. It's literally, what does he say? It's an excuse for, I don't know, for something. Yeah. But like, it's just an excuse. And I agree with that. And Casey Neistat, he's a super big inspiration for me. Because like his videos, I don't think people understand that his videos aren't good. But that's okay. Like that's what makes them good, because his videos anybody can make. He's a great filmmaker, but his videos like aren't high production. He uses great quality stuff, but he's literally like throwing shit around, dropping stuff, and that's what just makes it so vulnerable. That's what makes it like you feel like you're there, and that's why people really like it. But he's like a super busy dude. He doesn't say like, oh, I didn't have time to make this. You know, you just do it. And if you're pretty inspired by it, like, you'll do it. Yeah. People who are like, oh my God, I don't have enough time. Like, shut up. Literally shut up. Like, it's so annoying. Yeah. Like, people who are like, a lot of people ask me for YouTube advice. I'm just like, why are you asking? What do you want to know? It's hard. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to stop? You're not even going to try? People who ask for advice in the start usually end up giving up, which sucks. If they've started and then start asking, I think there's a better chance. But before they start, they usually suck. Yeah. Just because they're so doubtful already. There's no positive like anything in their mind, which sucks. Because they're like, especially for photography, a lot of people DM me being like, what gear? Who cares? Like I think it'd be cool like what lens I'm using. What my actual camera is does not matter. Like a lot of the photos that I take on my Take My Joy account, some of them are taken on my iPhone. Yeah. It doesn't matter what you use. It's literally just shoot. Yeah. Stop talking about it and start doing it. Like it's such a pet peeve of mine. Yeah. And because I do it too. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't know. And then I like make excuses. I'm like, if I really, really wanted to do it, I just do it.
That's fair.
Nike, man. Yeah.
And inside of everything, like what do you hope people take away from your content?
I don't want to inspire people. I want to inspire people to inspire themselves. Every single day, I have to wake up and create my job for myself. No one else can do that for me. I have to. I want people to wake up each and every day and not need anyone but them. That's everything what I want. Like the Stay You is self-help. It's not Joey help. That's not what it is. I don't want people to have to watch a video, to have to rely on me to make them happy or rely on anybody. I want them to do it for themselves. And I want them to remind themselves to do it for themselves. And I know that's so wordy, but literally every single day I want people to wake up and be inspired by themselves, not by anybody else. So that's the takeaway.
Yeah.
I hope.
So what's next for you?
There's a lot of. I mean, the book is probably the biggest one. There's music coming, which is crazy. It's so dope. I've always wanted to be in the music business, but I never knew how. And then I finally figured out a way to share my story and like share what I have through other artists and kind of be featured. So that's pretty dope. Lots of more shows coming. There's gonna be. I'm pitching a lot of TV shows and series to companies too. There's so much stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot more merch and a lot more just like creating. Like it's slowly becoming bigger, and that's what I love.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually have a funny story about your song.
Yes.
I have put out
Milestone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the only one out right now.
Yeah. I put out like self-plug, but I put out a playlist every Sunday called Songs for Sunday. It's just 50 songs that I'm feeling right now. If I add 3 songs, I take 3 off, and that's just kind of how it works.
That's dope.
And so I just listened to the recommended playlist on Spotify to kind of find my music, and your song came on.
No way.
But I didn't realize that because it didn't come through as you. It came through as Matt, his name. Yeah, so it came under his. So I didn't even see like that you were the feature on it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like I just like added to my playlist, and I'm like, the interlude sounded so familiar.
Yeah.
And I can't figure out why. And I was like listening to it, and I like look at the song, and I'm like, that's why. Like,
dude,
I
love
realize,
that song.
Like,
and I don't.
It's so good.
Yeah, I listened to it. That's my most listened song in 2018. Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of cringy. I don't really listen to myself. I'm not gonna lie, but I released an EP of like the interlude, the song, and then a stripped down. So the interlude is my version. The actual song is Matt and I. That's our version. And then the stripped down, I wanted it so other people have their version. And the whole thing is like it's called "This Is Love" because a lot of people think it's based off like an ex girlfriend of mine, and I'm like, it's really not. Like it's not like it's not. It's literally based off my best friend who cheated on his girlfriend, and he was like, I was like, dude, you have such a good thing happening right now. Why are you throwing this away? And then he's like, well, how do you know you're in love? And I got so mad, I yelled in the car. And then that's what the interlude is. It's literally audio from my car in my Mini yelling. And I think that's so raw and real. And that's the feeling that I wanted for the song. And then I called up Matt and I was like, dude, I think we have something. And I'm like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think this is it. Chief, this is freaking it. Yeah. And little did we know, like I didn't think it was going to get this many plays. Like, and it's still going every single day. It blows my mind how music is like, I listen to music every single day, and there's people I only have 3 songs out: an interlude, a song, and then the stripped down version. And I have 30,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. I haven't uploaded in months, which is insane. People are always listening to the song, and it's cool how sometimes this is somebody's go-to song. Yeah, which is really really cool. Yeah, it's so dope. It's so dope. And the new one is like totally different. It's a little bit more poppy, a little bit more radio, which is kind of dope because I also like that style of music. I want to make a song for each style of music that I like. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Before we wrap up, I want to do a Q&A. Okay. So first, I picked a couple fan questions. Thank you for sharing that. No worries. It's the first time we got more than 2 responses, which is awesome. Oh yeah. Yeah. I filtered through some of them just because it's like some of them were personal and like stuff. So I filtered through a couple of them. Some of them are pretty easy. First one, so this one is from @LuisPhillipsX. Do you ever think that you'll stem from making videos and try and do like a documentary?
Yes. That's I forgot. In your other question, that is also something we're kind of working on. I want to make a documentary kind of like on 5 topics of oh crap, I'm forgetting them. Anxiety, OCD, depression, concussions, and maybe social anxiety, something like that. Yeah. I want to really make like full, like probably like 15-minute episodes on each topic. And I want to interview people. I want to like concussions are the reason why I started YouTube, which is so crazy. And that's the reason why I have depression, anxiety, or found out about everything. Oh, and the other one is ADHD because I have like literally me talking. I have it. You can hear it. But those things are probably the documentaries. And then like also working with youth services in the government. They reached out and I pitched something to them. So I might be working on something with them, which I probably shouldn't have mentioned, but oh well. Now people know. So yeah, I would love to, because I think I think YouTube is very playful, and I want to make some like really, really good stuff. And I don't know if it belongs on YouTube.
Yeah. At Gail Cameron wants to know if you know what ringette is.
Of course, I'm Canadian. Like everybody knows here.
Let's see. It's _ Lissa wants to know what's your biggest fear when it comes to love.
Oh, biggest fear when it comes to love. Doing it all over again is probably the biggest fear, because I think like opening up and being so vulnerable with somebody and being so close with somebody, it takes a lot out of you, and to do it all over again, I find myself asking like, oh, why? But then you miss it. You miss, and I like, I'm sure with your girlfriend, you guys say I love you. All right, cool. So you guys are probably super into. Imagine like doing your whole relationship over again.
Yeah,
that's tiring, man. It's so exhausting. It's literally just like, especially when you get your heart broken, like it's so worn out. Doing it all over again and building up that courage to do it all over again is super scary. So that's probably my biggest fear, which it sucks because I'm also a hopeless romantic. I'm literally Ted from How Much Mother. So it's this constant like, oh yeah. Oh no. I don't want to talk to anybody, but yeah. So doing it all over again is terrifying.
At Leanne P. Riley wants to know, matching or odd socks?
Dude, okay. I hate like odd socks. Like I hate mismatching socks.
Me too.
But today I accidentally did it. I'm wearing 2 different color socks.
Oh no.
It's I'm cringing right now. Yeah. Like I don't like, I'm so uncomfortable. And I was like, I put them on and I was like, no, he's not gonna say anything. And then this question comes up.
I wouldn't have said anything, but Leanne did. That's actually funny though, because like I'm the same way. I'm matching socks.
Yeah.
And this morning I went to the gym and I got to the gym and I had 2 odd socks.
So you just didn't go to the gym?
Yeah, I just called it because I was like, I'm going home. No, but that's just hilarious. Last fan question, then I have my Q&A I always do at the end.
Yeah.
But this one is Lucy.Perry. Best and worst parts of high school.
Well, I didn't really. Okay. I kind of lost a lot of my memory of high school because I literally had concussions and I was out for 121 days straight. And then I broke my leg and I was out. I was just like not the same. So I was literally just like pushing through it. So that's probably my worst part. Literally just like I was pushing through, trying to make it through. So I don't even remember it because it was just like, it was so difficult. It was not a negative time. I loved it. I think it was great. I think kind of getting teased made me so much stronger than what I am now, or that I am now. Yeah. It made me who I am. Playing sports, like literally people are like, oh, I hate school. I'm like, literally, okay, ask yourself, would you have any friends if you didn't go to school? No. Homeschool people, like they're either so outgoing or super shy. There's literally no in between. And it's so hard for them to make friends unless they're in sports. So sports or being in school activities, like that's how we make friends. So like there was no really, the negative time was that I just like had my own injuries and stuff like that. But the positive time is I made so many friends. Cool. Yeah.
So let's do my Q&A quick. Yeah. I know we've been going for a little while, so we can fly through it if you want to. Nice. First question is a show you're binging on Netflix.
Oh, dude, I just watched Sex Education.
Was that good? I watched the trailer for it.
I started this new series called Let's Get Uncomfortable on YouTube.
I've watched the first one, I think.
Yeah. Awkward, right? Uncomfortable. And then the show came out and I was like, this is so good, because it made me so like literally the first scene is like a sex scene, but sorry if this is like TMI. It's a sex scene and the guy can't finish. And it's just like that's like a huge problem that's not talked about, and it's really awkward. And I was like, I love this already. And it's like it's not even like it's not sex like, oh my god, like I'm this douchebag, love sex, yeah, it's so sick, dude. It's there's so much of a stigma behind it, and like it's not talked about. And this show talks about everything. So I just binged that. But I mean, there's only 8 episodes, so I'm done that. And I watch How I Met Your Mother every day. I watch Friends every day. I watch The Office every now and then. But yeah, hell no am I watching you. Don't even ask me.
My girlfriend watched that show. And I was like, I didn't watch any of it. Yeah. And then I sat down and watched the finale with her. I just got sucked into the finale. I hadn't seen the rest of the show. Like,
dude, I heard that like if you are single or if you like somebody or if you're trying to find somebody to like, Don't watch it.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to try. Also, I'm really bad. I can't watch trends. Like if something's trending, I can't watch. Like I couldn't watch.
Bird Box.
No, I watched that.
Yeah.
I watched that before, like right when it came out. So like there wasn't any hype towards it. Like if I beat the trend, I'll watch it. What's a Hannah Baker one? What is it called?
Oh, 13 Reasons.
13 Reasons Why. I watched the first season because like it wasn't that hyped up. The second season I couldn't watch because it was trending. I don't like. It's me being stubborn. I literally just can't watch trending stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally just stubborn. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
What's your favorite app that's not Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter?
Dude, I don't even have that many apps. Probably Spotify.
That's fair.
Yeah, Spotify and probably the camera. I love taking photos of stuff. Yeah, but I'm always listening to music. Like I'm a flexer. I have AirPods. Like, I mean, I got them before.
Yeah.
And I didn't even pay for them because I traded my Android ones or whatever, a non-Apple product, with my brother, and he had AirPods, so we just traded. So I didn't even, there's no flex there. I didn't even buy them. They're so good. I'm always listening to stuff.
That's perfect though, because my next question is music you're listening to right now, and I'm curious because I feel like we have very similar taste in music. Because you went to a Wonder Blues Fest.
So good, dude.
Chelsea Cutler.
Yep.
And I was just like, those were two people like the Wonder concert was unreal.
So good.
They were so
And
good.
the fact that they literally went off stage and then we had to like chant for them to come back. And
the song they played, High on
Yeah.
Humans, was that the one they came back and played?
I believe so.
That's the one song I wanted to hear that entire show. And then when
Really?
they didn't play it, I was like, fuck. And then they came back on and played the encore, and I was just like, yep.
I
I'm
only
good.
wanted to hear Drive.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they played it. I have a really, really bad memory. But like I had somebody filming that show because that's when I promoted my This Is Love EP, and I really, really, like they inspired a lot of it. And I have high quality footage of them singing. I'm like obsessed with it. They're so cool.
Sorry, back to music you're listening to now.
I don't know. I listen to a lot of, do you know Dermot Kennedy?
Holy shit. I was going to tell you if you didn't bring him up that this is who you should be listening to right now.
Yeah, in the summer, I literally texted my friend. I was like, this guy's going to pop off. Watch. And he has. So I'm very, very good with calling like people out who are going to pop off.
Moments Past was the first song I heard by him.
Did you watch The Colors?
No.
Well, go on YouTube and watch, it's called Colors, the channel, and he does it live. Dude, that's the first time I saw him, and he literally just like, he's yelling, and I'm like, this is sick. I love people who can sing, or who can't sing, that sing. Does that make sense? But it sounds good. People who can't sing, it doesn't sound, just don't sing, okay? Just don't. But people who can't sing, who find a way to make their music sound good, love it. Because I find it's relatable, because I can't sing. And there's another guy named Hobo Johnson.
Okay, I think I've heard of him as well.
Watch his like Tiny Desk concert. It's so good because he's a poet or he's a spoken word guy, and he makes it into music, and it's so cool. I don't really like all of his songs because there's a little bit more like punky, and I'm not a big fan of like, I can't really do like rock because I like hearing the voice. I like hearing like the rawness of it, and the drums and the guitar like kind of just like, oh, it's overload, man. I can't listen to it. But yeah, I listen to a lot of Jeremy Zucker. I listen to a lot of like slow tempo music. A lot of people who are unheard of. But then I also listen to like Boogie with a Hoodie. Like I listen to like everything. I love Justin Bieber. I love like all that kind of stuff. Oh Wonder, Lumineers. They're amazing concert. Like there's so much. I listen to kind of everything, and that's why like I have a playlist that I upload I haven't done it in a while. Damn it. I update every Monday. I'm supposed to. And it's just like everyone's looking at it and they're like, Joey listens to like there's Little Pump on here. And like sometimes I do. You know? It's horrible music. Sometimes I listen to it. I think it's like kind of dope sometimes. So I listen to everything.
What's something you're obsessed with? And this isn't from like a high level. Like I stole this question from Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I recently got a new hoodie and it's so comfy. I'm obsessed with this hoodie or something like that. Just off the wall, random, very specific.
Oh. Maybe I got a new cheese grater.
Okay.
It's a microplane. So it's like whenever you go to like an Italian restaurant or whatever, they bring over the cheese, and I don't like it when they just bring it in a cup. I like it when they come over and they literally grate it on your pasta. And so I was like, I really want one of those, and I got one for Christmas, and I've been obsessed. I just bought a brick of cheese and I just grate it myself on, and it's so good. Oh, yeah, that's probably what I'm obsessed with. Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah,
You're going to dinner. You can take 3 people, dead or alive, anyone from any time. Who do you take to dinner?
100% Justin Bieber. I think he's been through a lot of like really, really troublesome moments, and I would love to just talk to him when he's in a good mood, obviously. That's always been my number one. Eminem, I think would be great. I don't really pay attention to a lot of people who have passed, unfortunately, just because at that time I was just a hockey kid.
Yeah.
Like I didn't pay attention to anybody who had like any kind of like influence on anyone. I just like hockey players. Like that's it. That's all I did. That's all I watched. So the third one is like tough. Gary Vee would just yell at me. So I don't know if I can handle that. I'm so scared. Like I want to meet him, but I'm also terrified of him because like I'm just gonna be like, hey, and he's like, that handshake was not firm enough. Do you have any confidence in yourself? Toughen up, bitch. And I'm just be like, I think I wet myself. Like I don't even know. Like I'm so scared. So I'm like, I don't know. He'd be fun. I don't really have another one.
That's fair.
But yeah,
What's one thing?
probably bring my mom, to be
There you
honest.
go. That's a good
So then
answer.
she can lecture like Eminem and Justin Bieber on like their problems or whatever.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's one thing about you people wouldn't expect?
A lot of people don't think I've heard this. A lot of people don't think I'm as humble as I am. Like I went to New York City with a bunch of photographers, and the other thing is shy. A lot of people don't think I'm shy because I come off as very. I play a part when I'm coming off as outgoing, but it's a lot of energy to do. But when I went to New York City, I went with a bunch of photographers, and they literally told me, they were like, "I'm so thankful that you are who you are. I thought you were gonna be an asshole. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought you were gonna be like this rude, stuck-up YouTuber. But there was times when we were walking, and I forgot who you were." Like who you were is like Joey Kidney, not just Joey.
Yeah.
And then somebody came up to me and they said, and they're like, "Can I get a picture?" And then they remembered what I did. And that's like the best compliment I can ever get, because I never want to be big-headed. And I know sometimes I can get that way. But yeah, hearing that, like a lot of people just think I'm this like, a lot of people are intimidated by me. Why? Don't know. But yeah, I think it's because I think I'm going to be this big-headed person, but I'm really just, I don't care. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care. I care about what you do with your life, and if you're negative impact or if you're treating yourself as like a low quality person. But other than that, like if you're having fun and I'm having fun, like that's all it is.
That's awesome.
Like, people just really, I don't know. People just judge pretty quickly on me, and I judge everyone. I judge people. Everyone does. I'm very open about it. But yeah, people think I'm super intimidating and big-headed, but I'm really just not. That's just not. And that's like, I'm not trying to like gas myself up. I'm just like, I'm not that. I'm so guilty.
Yeah.
So I can't be that.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
Last question. So I like to flip the script a little bit.
Yeah.
With the last question, I like to give you the question. What's one thing you want to know the answer to? Not necessarily about me specifically, but just in general.
Why do we think a hashtag is going to change the world?
That's a good one.
Why do we think that one tweet is going to like change this whole stupid thing? Like, why do we think tweeting about Trump is going to change it? You know, that's not. I'm not trying to like be specific about that. That's just an example. But why do we think just like one tweet is gonna like? I don't know. People don't do anything about anything, right? So it's just like, why is it like it's engraved in our minds that it's like, oh, everybody's like tweeting about like not using plastic, I'm gonna do it too. But then, you know, they go to the grocery store and they use plastic bags to pick out their vegetables. Why do you think one tweet is gonna help?
Yeah.
Do it, you know. So I would love somebody to give like the answer to that,
Yeah.
and then so I can yell at them.
It's awesome.
Do something. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
For this long. Like, I didn't expect it to be this long.
Dude, I told you I talk a lot.
No, that's awesome, though.
Okay. I don't know
awesome.
who's going to listen this long, but yeah, I talk a lot.
Oh, that's great, man. I just want to give you the floor. Where can the people find you? Like, plug everything you got.
I'm really bad at this. Literally all my handles, like I'm the worst. Even in my YouTube videos, I don't even plug myself. All my managers, my intern, like everyone's like, plug your shit. All my Instagram, like Instagram, Twitter, everything. Just search Joey Kidney. No one has my name, thankfully. And I have a podcast called The Happy Times. And if you live in Toronto, I have a show February 8th in Toronto called Stay U Toronto. I do a show every now and then. And yeah, Joey Kidney, if you Google it, search it, literally anywhere. I should be the only one to pop up because nobody else is me.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thank you once again for coming on.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
And I want to thank everybody for listening to this episode. Whether you listened the entire way through or you've only listened to bits and pieces, I really appreciate you taking the time to check this out. Do me a favor, guys. Go check out Joey on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. I'll make sure everything is linked in the show notes down below. And do me a favor, make sure to leave us a rating and a review. It helps more people find the show. And if you wish to follow me, you can. I'm at the Jacob Kelly on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you once again for listening, everybody. We'll talk soon.
Dope ending.
Beauty.
Well
Thank
played.
you.
Well played.